Good morning students, so welcome back to digital electronic class. In the previous class we talked about the latches and the flip-flops, and in the previous class we discussed about three phenomena. One is how do we design the sequential logic circuit. By taking the sequential logic circuit, how do we design the SR latch. To design the SR latch we do have three types of combinations we have seen. First thing we have discussed about by using active low approach. Second thing by taking the active high approach, and third thing we have seen the clock pulse. By giving the clock pulse, how do we design the latches and the flip-flops. So these three things we are going to design, we are going to use it, and by using these three phenomena we are going to design the first concept, that is nothing but SR latch. In the SR latch what we are going to design, we are going to design the set and reset. Like this set and reset latch we are going to take, and we are going to design this all three particular phenomena. So in order to do these things, first thing I am taking students, so active low approach. What is the meaning of active low? We are using the NAND gate. By using the NAND gate we are going to design. So what is a NAND gate? We have seen in the previous class that NAND gate consists of A and B, and the output of that would be AB bar, right? So this is nothing but the NAND gate approach. Similarly, second thing we do have the active high by using the NOR gate. So we know that NOR gate is also one of the type of universal gate. We take A and B and we just want to write the A plus B bar, right? So this thing we also have seen in the previous class. Next thing students, so we are going to take the clock pulse approach. In the clock pulse what we are going to see, we are going to give a series of bits in which we do have active low bit 0 and active high 1. So 0 1 0 1, like that we are going to give the clock pulse to the latches. That latch, how do we convert into the flip-flop? So by giving the clock pulse we are going to convert into the flip-flop. So by using these three approaches, active low, active high and the clock pulse, we are going to design the SR latch. So this is the first thing we do have students, that is nothing but the sequential circuit. In the sequential circuit we have talked about SR latch, JK latch, and we do have the flip-flops of it, the same version, SR flip-flop, JK flip-flop, data or delay flip-flop and toggle flip-flop, T flip-flop. So there are four types of flip-flops we do have. We are going to use all these particular flip-flops, and by using these particular latches we are going to design all these four flip-flops. So let us see how do we design by using the first approach, active low. So we are taking the first one, active low approach. In that we are taking first thing the NAND gate. Okay, so we are taking the NAND gated SR latch. So by using the NAND gated SR latch, how do we design? So first you see the structure of it by using the NAND gate. So this is your one NAND gate. We do have one more NAND gate. One NAND gate is for S, right? What are the inputs we do have? We had S and R. So what we are doing? We are taking first input for S, next input for R, right? So this is S and R, we have taken two inputs. So next thing what we will do students, so what this is called cross coupling. So we are taking the input of the first NAND gate is connected to the output of the next NAND gate. See here, this is NAND gate 1, NAND gate 2. So what I am taking, input of the first NAND gate I am connecting to the output of the next NAND gate. Similarly, the input of next NAND gate I am passing to the output of the first NAND gate. So this is the output Q and that's the output Q bar. So these are the two inputs S and R. So what is the meaning of this active low? Means when you had logic 0, for that particular value your latch is going to activate, and for the logic 1 it is going to deactivate that particular part, or the output of that particular latch will be enable or disable, right? So now I am taking the inputs. I'll take this truth table of it. I'll write S and R, right? These are my two input combination. So what are the outputs I do have? Q and Q bar. Then I'll try to write its condition. So see here, so we have taken S and R, then Q is Q bar, and then we just want to write the condition. So what we have said that it is an active low by using the NAND gate. So first thing, if I am giving 0 0, 0 1, 1 0 and 1 1. So these are the bits we can give. 0 0, your Q might be 1 or Q bar might be 1. So you cannot have both the values 0, 0s, right? Set cannot be 0, reset cannot be 0. Both value, if it is 0, then this particular thing is called invalid. This is invalid because both cannot be 0. Next thing what we are saying, your q, suppose q is what? 1. Our complement of that will be 0. This is the first condition we have seen, student. Next condition we are seeing. So this set is equals to 0. So what is this 0 indicates? That indicates since it is active low, so whenever we had 0, output will be decided by that particular factor. So what we are saying, set bit is equals to 0, then we can say this is what? Set condition. Set condition. Similarly, when you had reset is equals to 0, so this is reset is 0, right? So this is called it as reset condition. So what is the value we are looking into it? We are seeing only the set bit. When set is equals to 0, that particular thing is called set condition. When reset is equals to 0, that particular thing is considered to be the reset condition. So you might have q is 0, our complement of that would be 1. So q is nothing but first output, right? So here we had q is the output. So q is, if it is 0, that complement we are writing over here is q bar. So q bar would be 1. If it is q is 1, that would be 0. So you can take here 0, 1, no issue. So the thing is, I just want to mention it, how the q is going to decide. So when q is equals to 1, the complement of that particular thing is nothing but q bar. Q bar is equals to 0. So then we are saying, by looking into this set bit, we are saying it is a set condition. Similarly, for the next particular part, when reset is equals to 0, since we are going with active low approach by using the NAND gate, SR latch we are designing, so we are seeing it is equals to 0, then it is called reset condition. So when both is equals to 1, 1, so when both are 1, 1, again it may have a q, it may have the same q bar. So what is this? This two condition is also invalid. The way we wrote it for here, the same thing we'll write, because both cannot be 0, both cannot be 1. So this is also invalid condition, we can write. So this is the way we have designed the first thing, SR latch, by using the NAND gate. In the NAND gate, what we have taken one input is S, another input is R. So since NAND gate, how do we design this? This is actually a memory element, right? So a bit of memory it is going to store. So how do we going to store? By taking the cross coupling. So likewise, input of the first NAND gate is passing to the output of next NAND gate. Similarly, input of the next NAND gate, second NAND gate, is passing to the output of the first NAND gate. This is the way we write its circuitry. This is the way we have mentioned its latch. The next we have designed its active low approach for truth table of SR latch. So make a note of it, then we'll proceed with the second one. So student, so next approach is for active high. So active high, or we are going for second approach of SR latch designing by using NOR gate. Okay, so now see the NOR gate combination, the circuitry design of that. What I am doing, I am connecting one NOR gate like this. Then I am taking one more NOR gate like this. The output of first would be Q, then that complement of that would be Q bar. This is which input? S input, this is your R input. Same thing, we just want to go for cross coupling. So first output is passing, first input of the NAND NOR gate 1 is passing to the output of the next NOR gate. Similarly, the output, the input of the first one is taking from the output N like this, right? So this is the way we just want to write the symbolic representation of SR NOR gate. Okay, so same truth table will write. We'll take S and R, and we'll write the outputs of that will be Q and Q bar complement, and we just want to write the condition for it. So what are the condition it is going to obey? So what are the combination we do have for S and R? So we'll take S is 0, R is 0. Similarly, S is equals to 0, it's 1 and 0 when both have 1, 1. So when both are 0, 0, same we'll write reverse of it. What we wrote over here, Q and Q bar. We're not writing the value. It can be 0, it can be 1, it can be 1, it can be 0, any one. So the same thing, 0, 0, obey that one. So it can be Q, it can be Q bar. This is Which condition? It is invalid. Invalid condition, right? So what kind of approach it is? Active high. What is the meaning of active high? When you had the bit is equals to 1, it is going to decide that particular condition. So see here, when reset is equals to 1, so what is the value we have to mention here? It is called reset condition. This is your reset condition for that particular flip-flop. Similarly, when next we had set is equals to 1, this is called it as which condition? The set condition for that particular latch. This is your set condition, right? So it can be 0, so complement of that would be 1, it can be 1, the complement of that would be 0. Okay, so now when both is 1, 1, and both is 1, 1, they can be 0, 0, the way we wrote it over here. If we have mentioned 1, 1, you can write it as 1, 1 also. So it can be 1, 1, it can be 0, 0, no issue. The thing is, when both are 1, 1, irrespective of this Q and Q bar, this is called it as what? It is called again invalid condition. So this is called it as NOR gate latch approach, in which it is going to decide by taking whenever active high bit is there. Reset is equals to 1, that particular thing is called reset condition. When set is equals to 1, that particular thing is called set condition, irrespective of this output. So this is the way we'll go for SR latch. For designing the SR latch, we are going with NOR gate approach, that is called it as active high. Okay, so we have seen the two things. One is the active low approach, and the next is the active high, in which we have taken the NAND gate and then we have taken the NOR gate. So now we'll design the flip-flop, SR flip-flop, by giving the clock pulse. With the help of these latches, we'll take this latches help and we just try to design the SR flip-flop. Okay, so how do we design the SR flip-flop? Let us see. So before proceeding with that particular clock pulse, we have already discussed that clock pulse are of two types. One is the edge triggered, next is level sensitive. So by seeing the levels only, we are going to take that particular flip-flop into whether it is having the 0th bit or the higher bit. So by taking these two approaches, we have designed the clock pulses. Next we have seen the edge triggered. In edge triggered, what we have seen, students? We have seen that whenever we had edge trigger, one is the positive edge, second is the negative edge. So when the positive edge is there, positive edge, how do we design? By taking the transition from 0 to 1. So we have seen the edges, right? So this is your first positive edge, 0 to 1. When the bit transition is there from 0 to 1, this particular thing is called it as positive edge triggered. Similarly, when you had a transition from 1 to 0, this edges, this is called it as the transition from 1 to 0, then it is called it as negative edge. So by seeing the edges, your flip-flop is going to design that particular phenomena by using that particular clock pulses. So that is called it as edges triggered. So when we had positive edge triggered and negative edge triggered, it is going to design, it is going to useful in master slave flip-flops. So that is also we are going to design it. So before doing that one, first thing we have taken the NOR gate approach and NAND gate approach. Now we are going to act exactly your SR flip-flop by taking this clock pulse. So any one we can take it, since it is clock pulse, so we are taking this level sensitive. So levels are what? 0th level, that is low level, higher level, that is 1. So this is what? Levels. So levels, how do we see? We'll see this. So when just want to see this particular part, levels of it, then just call it as level. So these are what? Level sensitive. So these are what? Edges. So student, so the third approach we are taking by using the clock pulse, we are designing the SR flip-flop. Okay, so for designing the SR flip-flop, we are using the help of latches. So first thing I am using NAND gate latch. So we know that NAND gate is what actually? So we had 2 NAND gates we are taking, we are cross coupling, we are passing to first input like this, then input of the first is passing to the output of the second NAND gate. This is your output Q and Q bar. So whenever we are talking about the sequential circuit, you have to keep in your mind that sequential circuit depends upon present input, past input and the past output. So based upon these three things, your flip-flop is going to depend. So that's the reason we are saying we are cross-coupling. The input of the first NAND gate is passing to the output of the next NAND gate. Likewise, we just want to take from this end, the input of the second NAND gate is passing to the output of the first NAND gate. Till here it is SR latch, right? Now we are talking about the flip-flop. For doing that flip-flop, what I am doing, I am passing to with the help of one more NAND gate like this. This is my S input, that is set input. Similarly, I am connecting one more NAND gate. This has become my reset input, R. For both of them, I am going to give one clock pulse. This is my clock signal or clock pulse. Likewise, we are giving one clock pulse, right? So this complete particular structure is called it as SR flip-flop. So SR flip-flop, till here it is what actually? So this particular thing is latch, right? So since we are passing with the help of one more two NAND gates, this is nothing but like SR flip-flop using the NAND gate. So this using NAND gate is exactly same as SR latch for NOR gate. When you see the truth table of it, that resembles exactly same like SR latch of NOR gate. So here, we are taking one SR latch for particular NAND gate that we are passing to one more NAND gate. So here both we are passing and we are giving one clock pulse. So clock pulse is nothing but the combination of zeros and ones. We are giving one particular clock pulse. Here reset is there, here set is there. So now we are going to write the truth table. So for writing this thing, what is the thing we are giving? We are giving first thing is clock pulse. Next thing, we had two inputs, right? One is set, another is reset. Then we had the output Q and Q bar. Then we are going to write its conditions. So first thing, we are giving what are the combination we are giving when both can be 0 or 1, 1, 0 or 1, 1, right? So that time, suppose clock pulse I am mentioning with the help of this arrow. So positive clock pulse we are giving. So when clock pulse is high, all the time clock pulse is high, the same combination. So it's just like an active high. So when you had 1 for that particular thing, we have to see. So when reset is equals to 1, this is called which condition? Reset condition. Or your flip-flop is going into reset condition. Similarly, when set is equals to 1, this is called it as what? It is called it as set condition. When both is equals to 1, it can be Q or it can be Q bar, irrespective of the output. This is what? Invalid condition. So this is what? First invalid condition. Next we have taken the set condition, then reset condition. So when both can be 0, both are zeros. Again this is also invalid, right? So this is what? It can be 0 or it can be 1, anything. So it can be 0, it can be 1 or it can be 1, 0. Depends upon the values we are taking. Similarly, so this is condition is called what actually? This condition is also like invalid. So as you can see over here, it is resemble the same thing like a NOR gate latch. So since we are giving the clock pulse, so we are passing from the set bit. So when set bit is equals to high, when it is equals to 1, we are passing to it. So this is what behave like NOT gate, right? Because what is the output of this? AB if you give, the output would be AB complement, right? So when we are giving 1, so let's make it as complement. Again it is passing to this end. It is take by using the cross couple everything. At the end you will get this truth table. So when you want to design the SR flip-flop, so by using NAND gate, we'll go with this particular approach. So mostly NAND gate you will try to understand this thing, and then whenever we want to write the particular truth table for it, first thing you should take the SR latch. By taking the latch, connect with two NAND gate, and for both we are giving the common clock pulse. So this is a positive clock pulse we are giving directly from the clock pulse. All that condition when clock pulse is high, we have taken the combinations. By taking the combinations, we have taken Q or Q bar. So depends upon that, we have written its condition. So that's how we have taken SR flip-flop we have designed by using the clock pulse. So these are three approaches we have understood, students. So first thing, we have taken the NOR gate latch, NAND gate latch. That latches we have covered it. Next thing we have designed, giving the clock pulse, that particular latch is becoming now flip-flop. So by using the flip-flops of SR, how it is going to be eliminated. What are the drawbacks do we have with SR latch? So that is this drawback only, right? When both are 0, when both is 1, we are unable to decide what is a condition. How do we overcome from that condition? That can be overcome by using the JK flip-flop. In JK, what is the difference with SR and JK? In SR, directly we are giving set bit and reset bit. Whereas in JK, what is the extra thing we do have? We pass one more input at the output of this terminal, and in JK flip-flops, J is behaving like set and K is behaving like reset. So these conditions, when both are 0 and both are 1, 1, it is going to be eliminated by using the JK flip-flop. So that particular thing we are going to see in the next class. Thank you. Continue.